The Steph-Jae Show on SIBN Radio. Sharing a variety of topics, ideas, and concepts for the transitions in your life. Tips from this renowned author, entrepreneur, and fashionista will surely make your week. Now let's go right into the studio with the Steph-Jae Show on SIBN Radio. The Steph-Jae Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us again for another fabulous show. And we have the host of the show all the way from Jacksonville, North Carolina, Miss Steph-Jae. What's going on? What's cracking?
Hey.
The Steph-Jae Show.
How you doing this morning?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm here.
That's
I'm
right.
alive. I'm breathing. I'm happy.
Right. That's all right. First of all, how was your weekend, girl? I mean, this weather finally warmed up. Did y'all have snow and ice a couple weeks ago?
We did. We had it like maybe 2 weeks back to back where they shut everything down.
Wow. And now Jacksonville, North Carolina, is that right? Is that over near Charlotte? Where is that at specifically?
Jacksonville, North Carolina is eastern North Carolina. Is located close to, I'm not sure if you heard of Wilmington, North Carolina.
Yes.
That's where Michael Jordan's from. And it's between Wilmington and Raleigh, North Carolina, when Raleigh is the capital.
Okay,
so,
yeah. Wilmington is one of the mill cities where they make paper there, right?
Yes, they do. And they also do a lot of filming there, too.
Oh, wow, man. Well, we're excited about the show, of course, by all means. But the weather over the weekend, oh, my goodness, it was splendid. I myself got a chance to get away and just do some me time. Steph, you know, for entrepreneurs, it's so hard to do me time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, tell me about it. I'm working on something right now.
Yeah, man. So hopefully the weather will continue. I don't know if winter is over yet, but, you know, it's
I don't think so. I heard that we're supposed to be having another storm out my way within another month or so. I mean, another week or so.
Yeah, it's brewing now. Leaving, somebody said, the North Pole. Imagine that. I'm serious.
What?
Yes, I saw the report last couple of days. I said, leaving the North Pole, hovering, passing Canada, coming over Canada, and hitting the upper eastern parts of the United States or Midwestern states or so.
I'm not ready.
Yeah, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. So I had already put my gloves up. I put my gloves and my boots up. I thought it was over. It's not over?
Well, you better get them back out then.
But listen, first up, we want to talk a little bit about the AR jobs. I believe I'm calling it right, which may be on the job board. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Since it's Monday morning and people are out there, some are, looking for job positions. AS Recruiting currently has some positions open in Atlanta, Georgia right now for a senior account representative. Mm-hmm. We have a position in Charlotte, North Carolina for a platform manager, as well as San Francisco, California for a platform manager, a supplier quality manager in Michigan, and an IT project coordinator in Cleveland, Ohio. To get further information, details on those jobs, you can visit www.asrecruitingusa.com or visit the Facebook page at facebook.com/ASRecruiting.
That's what's up. And listen, let's give them at least 5 things that they don't need to do if they're applying for these jobs. And we already know one of them is do not have a crazy email. Let's give them 4 more. All
right. Definitely don't have a crazy email, like you said. Another one, do not bug, I say, the recruiter. One time a day should be sufficient in checking up the status of your resume. Mm-hmm. Not every other hour. People do that. That's crazy. Leave them alone. Give them time to review it.
Right.
As well as make sure your phone numbers, email addresses are updated.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Because updated simply means almost not only current, but current and coming to your phone, because you can answer a day late, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. So that was another one I was getting ready to say. Be available. You put a resume in. You apply for certain positions. Be available when needed.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that's a must. As well as just have fun with your interview. Don't be too serious. Don't be scared. Just have fun. Be yourself. Be you.
Mm-hmm. And I like what you said last show, is that no matter how qualified you are, make sure that you interact as a person. Make sure you show your people skills. Talk a little bit about how that's so important, especially now. It seems like competition for jobs has quadrupled.
It is. Some people, I say, are too smart for their own good. And what I mean by that is they get into the interview and they want to kind of throw the interview. They want to be the person who's supposed to be giving the interview, and they tend to seem a little uptight or seem to not have people skills or communication skills properly. Like they want to kind of construct the interview. They want to tell you everything they know, how they, all the accomplishments they have. Just go with the flow. The person who's interviewing you, whether it's the HR manager or the manager of that position, they'll kind of lead you. Just answer the questions as they ask you. Don't kind of beat them to the punch.
Yeah, and relax. I mean, you're gonna need. Well, first of all, don't eat a hamburger and a big bowl of spaghetti the night before. You're gonna need to eat light, and so you can be light. And
right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't want to go in there. You in the middle. Your body's in the middle of digesting the steak and potatoes, and you in there large and in charge. I mean, 'cause I'm just saying. I'm just trying to, throw it in there. But you want to eat light so you can be light. You want to have a smile on your face. Somebody said that the smile alone can capture the moment. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go in there with your problems on your shoulder.
It can. And you said that to say, there's a lot of people out there that they don't realize that they're frowning, and I'm guilty of this too. A lot of times people say, I seen you the other day. For one, let me let everybody know I can't really see that far away. So if you see me and I don't speak to you, it's not because I don't want to speak to you. It's because I can't see you. I really can't see you. So I need to let that be known. People say, I seen you. You ain't speak to me. Oh, you got a problem with me? No, I did not see you. If you speak to me, I'm going to speak to you. And even if you don't speak to me, I'm probably still going to speak to you. So,
right.
I just didn't see you. But a lot of times people don't realize that they frown. And just by them frowning could kind of turn somebody away. It could turn just a innocent bystander who wanted to speak to you and say hello for the day, or employment. You can go in there, you have your serious face on, you think it's a serious face, but they're looking at you like, ooh, what in the world? They had a bad morning. You gotta smile. You gotta smile. If you don't know how to smile, practice it.
In the mirror, that's right.
In the mirror, charisma. That's what you need, some charisma.
That's right. Because if and another thing about a job interview is that by it being in a room where there is no one else but you two, it's not hard to hide it's not hard to hide the energy. So if your energy is low and broke, busted, and disgusted, there's possibility the employer is going to pick that up. What you think about that? You know what I'm saying?
You're absolutely right.
I mean, you two of y'all in the conference room, no elevator music, the air conditioning, you can almost so quiet and you can hear a pin drop, and then you just got into a fight the night before. I mean, so you want to eat light, be light, and then smile, and then go in there to win. You want to get a W. You want to score a W.
Win.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Hey, y'all, this is Steph-Jae. I'm telling you guys how to not only get some employment, but retain. And, speaking of retaining employment, real quick before we go to break, Steph, I don't know, you might have to give a few tips on how to keep a job. Because some folk walking off the job.
You got to be proactive. Even if the boss or whoever your supervisor is not telling you to do something or learn something, in order to keep your position, you have to learn all fields. You have to learn every part of whatever it is that you do, the next person next to you do, in order to keep your job. Because you want to be able to multitask and to not be expendable. When I say that, I mean, for instance, say you work as a call center. You work at I'm just going to start basic, a call center. You're a call center representative. You answer phones for a living for throw one out, Time Warner Cable, for instance. You want to also, your job is only to answer those calls and to check on their bill for them. But the people who sit across from you, they are the ones who kind of cancel their service for them. So they kind of upsell them. Oh, don't leave us, blah, blah, blah. Stay with us. So not only do you want to you want to learn your job, you want to learn the job across from you, next to you, side you. You want to learn what your supervisor is doing, kind of discreetly, though. I think it's important to learn whatever business or company you're working with, is try to learn every field possible. I mean, of course, you're not going to be able to, learn it overnight. But if you have to mirror somebody, if you have to just, pay attention to little details here and there, I think you should definitely be proactive. Because when it's time to cut people, they're going to cut the people who don't. Their value doesn't cross their job. I think that's what you're saying. Your job description alone is great, but you're going to want to have skills outside of that for when the company... cross-train. Right, exactly. This is Steph-Jae, y'all. If y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. This is Steph-Jae. All right, we're going to go to a commercial break. You know what I'm saying? This is the Steph-Jae Show. Whatever you do, keep it locked right here. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Steph, hold on. All right.
Now is the time. Now is the time.
Have your radio show on SIBN Radio. You're ready to share your message with the world. Then call 404-910-5019. That's right, call 404-910-5019. Producing your radio show on SIBN Radio. For more information, dial 404-910-5019. That's right. 404-910-5019. Now is the time.
The number one show on SIBN television and radio. The Coach's Corners Daily Show. Now airing. At www.415-96radio.com. For hardcore motivation and daily inspiration. Tune in. That's www.415-96radio. That's www.415-96radio.com.
I'm Nomvula, aka Sunshine, and we here in South Africa are tuned in to SIBN Radio at www.415-96radio.com. If you would like to know more about the SIBN television and radio network, complete a contact form at the website www.415-96radio.com. Salet USA TV, reaching the world.
Aspire to inspire with the Steph-Jae Show on SIBN Radio, where we share a variety of topics for the transitions in our lives. That's right, the two-time author, entrepreneur, and fashionista, Stephanie, is sure to make your day. Tune in. Now let's go right into the studio with the Steph-Jae Show on SIBN Radio.
Yes, we're back here, the Steph-Jae Show, live and on demand. Thank you so very much for you joining us right here on SIBN Radio. Steph, we want to talk about what we want to talk about today. Is Monday. What we want to talk about?
I want to go into investing in yourself because it kind of leads from where we just, piggyback off what we were just talking about, how you need to cross-train in order to retain your job, to be knowledgeable in certain different fields. I think investing in yourself is also is key right now. I think investing in yourself may be the most profitable investment you can ever make, actually. A lot of times people, they say, like, for instance, I'm just going to throw something out there in the entertainment field, video models out there. They go out and they get surgery. They go out there and they get certain things done to their body. Well, they're investing in themselves. This is what makes them money. Their body is what makes them money, so they have to make sure their body is up to par, at all times in order to stay in the game.
Right.
So, I just threw that out there, but with any entrepreneur, anybody, period, if you're trying to be successful and you're trying to, advance in life, you need to invest in yourself, as well as your kids. If your child wants to play basketball, and they're always talking about basketball, get them some coaching, get them some help. If they want to sing, get them some vocal lessons. They can do anything that they want to do. They put their mind to it, as well as if you invest in them at an early age, and that's proven. Proven.
Yeah.
A lot of times within the minority, and I'm just going to say the minority community, we don't invest in our kids, and our kids lack the resources to achieve or succeed in life when they get older. And if you look down on, and I don't have any actual facts sitting right here, I'm just going off of what I see and what I know of minorities who actually grew up in a resourceful environment, or had good financial. Their family came from a good financial place, or they had resourceful parents. They tended to go to like a school of arts, or they tended to do whatever they wanted to do. They end up being baseball players, basketball players, rappers, singers, whatever.
Right.
Because their parents invested in them at a young age.
Right.
And then you look at it, there's a lot of talent in our community, but the kids don't have the resources, and the parents don't have the finances to do it. So I think that, while we sitting out here doing crazy things with our money, we definitely need to invest in our kids, especially right now. It's tax time. So, your child walking around the house singing all day long, and they kind of got a little tone going on. Go get that little girl or boy some vocal lessons. You never know what they could be or going to be when they get older.
Well, the preservation of any community is that investment, and as you said, it not only begins with us getting our nails done, getting our haircuts, getting our hair done, getting breast implants, getting a teeth whitener and all that. But it also, as you said, the preservation of our community is investing in our babies. And a lot of times people don't think, Steph, a lot of people don't think that their investments in their children will pay off, but they don't have to turn 18 for it to pay off. I mean, in the age of American Idol, The Voice, all of these different shows, along with reality shows, your child could possibly succeed at almost anything, and we could be talking about a whole change of dynamics. Now that you're not only looking for a job, but now you got to manage your child who has a job. Imagine that.
Exactly.
So the investment can turn. It can turn over quickly since we are in an entertainment, more so in an entertainment type environment versus when we were kids. You know what I'm saying? You had to get it like a real 9 to 5 for it to be called a job. So investing in your kids is preservation of your own community. Steph, what you think about those who are not investing in their kids, but they're bullying their kids, or their kids are involved in bullying? It sounds like to me that wouldn't be, evidence of good investment into those kids.
You're absolutely right, and that bullying is actually getting out of control. It's getting out of hand these days. I'm looking on the news, and every other day is either a child committing suicide because they were bullied, or a child getting beat up. I heard a story the other day about 2 little boys who jumped a second grader, little girl, and these 2 little boys are in the second grade too. What in the world is 2 second grader little boys doing, jumping a second grader little girl? Like, what were they thinking? Like, so it makes you think about their upbringing.
Right.
Like, in second grade is not that much they should have been exposed to, or they should be knowing at that age. That's about, 6, 7 years old?
Right.
7 years old? Yeah, so it makes you, start thinking about their upbringing and, their parents.
Who's in the house?
That is a question that I do want to ask, and I was going to ask on my page later, but you guys can comment on my page now, on the Steph-Jae page. Do you think that bullying stems from the home? Or do you think that these kids, they fabricate this in their mind and they just bully because they want to? So that is a question that I would like people to answer. I would like some input on that. What do you think, Mark?
Well, it's getting younger and younger. I mean, that's the part that kind of, I knew it was probably younger all along, but I'm saying it's more and more younger grades. But I don't know. I have a biased look on bullying only because, I was bullied as a kid, but my father, he wouldn't allow us to be afraid of bullies. So he invited the bullies into our home, for instance, for boxing matches, because we always ran from the bullies, pretty much because they were bigger, fatter or whatever, taller or whatever the case may be. But my father was crazy. He was like, no, you're not going to run from any bullies. You're going to face your bullies, and brought them into the basement and, referee rounds of boxing.
Right.
So I don't know if I would be a good source, you know what I'm saying, for talking about that. But on the serious tip, though, kids have to learn also. More kids are sensitive. Let's talk about the other side. More kids are more sensitive because we're not doing anything with our kids, as you were saying about investments earlier. We're just sitting around. Remember when I was growing up, we walked everywhere. And it wasn't just a choice, but it was also when we finally did have money to catch the bus or whatever, I just chose to walk because I wanted more money in my pocket. You carried a brown bag lunch. You had to fight off the little stray dogs. You had to walk through the snow and the ice and the slush. We had to work outside. They would lock the door and say, wait until dinner is ready. But a lot of our kids, we could talk about bullying, but we never really talk about kids need to toughen up. Toughen up. If you don't like what they're saying to you on their Facebook page, to turn the friend part off on that particular person and move on. But when they see it bothers you, it increases. And so, it's true that we need to have messages for the bullies and bullying campaign, but we need to do more with our kids. Like you were talking about investing with our kids. I mean, put our kids in karate, put our kids in boxing, put our kids in. I put my son in the Navy Sea Cadet program so that your child can be tough. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I don't know. I mean, sometimes it just look like, sometimes it look like we just raising a bunch of wimps. They weak.
You're right.
You know, you say boo, and they ready to go to the NAACP. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, it could go both ways. It could be the child is very sensitive, you know, and they can't take too much, so they feel like they're being, you know, constantly pressured or bullied. And then it could also be the child is really, you know, bullying, like they want control, and it could be because maybe at home they don't get control, and maybe at home they get whooped all day or beat or whatever the case is, no love shown, and they express that when they get to school. Yeah. They want to express how they're treated at home. It could be a whole bunch of things, but we definitely have to love our kids. We have to spend time with our kids. We have to invest in our kids. They are our future, and the way it's looking right now, it ain't looking too good. The future looking like.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean,
I know in my. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say the guy that bullied me, one of the main guys that bullied me, his name was George. And, yeah, I remember his name.
That sound like a bully, huh, George?
Yeah, I remember his name and everything. But I remember he bullied somebody else. It was a basketball game going down next door because the basketball court was right next to our home, right next door. And so they often played basketball over there, and you could hear him cussing and screaming and fussing and everything. And so George pulled that same line of rhetoric that he used on everybody else on this little small kid that lived about 3 doors down from us. And the little kid said, well, George said, I'll come over to your house and beat your tail, you know. And the guy said, well, if you come over to my house, I'll tell you right now, I'll shoot you down dead. You know, these are just kids. These are kids. We're all in elementary school. We're all in elementary school, by the way. And so finally, George is dumb enough. You know, he's a big bully for sure. He goes over into the front of this guy's house, and he talks all his smack. The guy has a shotgun out of the attic or second floor window and shot George about 7 or 8 times, and he did live.
Oh.
But George was never the same after that. So it goes to
I can imagine.
It goes to show you that, you know, like you were saying, a lot of kids are leaving home angry. A lot of kids are leaving home hurt or bullied themselves. A lot of kids are bullied themselves, and so we don't want them to meet their match. You know what I'm saying? And as you said, the pendulum can swing both ways. So we want to look out for those who are being bullied and tell them to toughen up. But we also want to say to the ones that are bullying, hey, you're not a bad person, but you need to change your ways because somebody can get hurt. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, and if you have a child that knows a bully that comes home and says, "Oh, mom, such and such is bullying people again," blah blah blah, tell them to avoid by joining in or laughing, because that kind of, a lot of times with bullies, that kind of, you know, strikes their ego and they go a little harder when people are laughing with them or laughing because of what they're doing. Tell them to walk away. Tell them to stop. To tell the bully to stop. Get an adult. Use a cell phone. Call or text somebody. Request other bystanders next to them to stand up. There's different things that they can do. They can support the victim, the person who's being bullied, help them off the ground, whatever the case may be, but do not join in with this bully. Right. Do not entice them any more than what they already are.
Right. Well, that's part of the culture. The problem, you know, back to your original question is, you know, why is it happening? Part of our culture is, well, I look bigger when I step on you. You know what I'm saying? Right. I look bigger when I put you down. And that's a cultural problem, but I think you gave us some good advice. But you know what's funny? A lot of times when we were growing up, my parents would say, well, you must have said something. And I couldn't understand that for the life of me. It was like, no, I didn't say, well, you had to have done something because ain't nobody going to pick on you for no reason. I don't know if kids still go through that today, but I used to scratch my head like, what did I do? What did I say? You know? And eventually, you know, we learned it was something else, you know.
And going back to the cultural thing, this may, you know what, this is going to have to be another show right here. Another thing that stems from our culture is, and this also goes along with the bullying too, is stop snitching. Don't snitch. Oh, my God. I am so sick of hearing that. I'm so sick of hearing that. And people say that all the way until something involved within their family. Right. Somebody in their family gets in trouble or gets killed or whatever the case is. Then they want you to snitch. But just last week you were saying don't snitch on Jimmy and such and such. But now you need somebody to help snitch and find out, you know, help your family find clues on what happened, you know, whatever the situation was. Right. And that kills me with our culture, with this stop snitching thing. It really does.
And you know, it used to be a code of honor with it. But now it's just went too far. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There used to be a code of honor with snitching and so forth and so on. And y'all that grew up in the streets know what's up with that. But now we got well, you a sissy if you tell, and you'll get jumped and you can get hurt. I mean, we have cultures of bullying tactics in our culture. It's not just people. It's just that certain values that if you don't do this, then, for instance, if you're a virgin, you got to be gay. That's bullying. That's a form of peer pressure and bullying to get kids to not respect their own choice. You know what I'm saying? And so, because everybody that knows anything about sex know that once you have it, you're gonna want more of it, and you'll never be the same.
Right.
For good and for bad, you know what I'm saying? Because you're ever growing. So don't push people into something that they may or may not be ready for or can handle the responsibility thereof. That's a form of bullying. We're going to go to a small commercial break, guys, and going to let Steph-Jae come and give her closing word. This is the Steph-Jae Show on SIBN Radio. Steph, hold on.
Tell them where you be at, where you run the street at. Where you learn to rap at, show you how to flip that.
You're listening to the sounds of your lifestyle improvement station.
Hi, Jamaica Chapel, College Park, Georgia, in the house. You're listening to SIBN Radio.
Hi, this is Ted Boss calling from Richmond, Virginia, and you're listening to the Lifestyle Improvement Station, SIBN Radio. Y'all turn it up now.
Hi, this is VJ Washington calling from Atlanta, Georgia. You're listening to the Lifestyle Improvement Station, SIBN Radio. So turn it up.
Hi, my name is Sonia Claiborne from East St. Louis, Illinois, by way of Columbusville, Missouri. You're listening to the Lifestyle Improvement Station, SIBN Radio. Turn it up.
What's good? It's your boy Joe coming from Snellville, Georgia. You're listening to the Lifestyle Improvement Station, SIBN Radio. Y'all turn it up.
You're listening to the sounds of your lifestyle improvement station, changing the way we live. SIBN FM, powered by Summit USA TV.
Hey guys, this is the Steph-Jae Show, man. Keeping it locked, keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for joining in. Steph, I think we should mention to them that we're looking for some artists to promote. Go ahead on and mention your thoughts on that.
Definitely. Anybody who is an artist of any field, if you're interested in an interview with the Steph-Jae Show, go to my fan page and leave us some feedback. Let us know, and we will reach out to you.
Yeah, and we're putting that program together as we speak.
This is just not for artists either. This is for any entrepreneur that wants to get their business out there that you're doing. People may not understand what you're doing, and you can kind of, with this interview, give them a little bit more insight on how your business works, etc. So this goes both ways.
Authors are welcome.
Authors, any entrepreneur, anybody out there self-employed, trying to excel a little bit with their business and get their name out there. Hit us up.
All right, so Steph, when we think about this life and we think about the various systems that we're going through that we have to deal with, what is the word that you want to give us for the week as we set forth our grind? What is the word you want to give us for the week? With
the new day comes new strengths and new thoughts. So whatever happened yesterday does not have to affect your today. Point blank, period.
Point blank. Very simple.
Period. That's it. And leave it yesterday. This is a new day.
And you know what? I like that because you're emphasizing not the power of increase only, but the power of release. You can't have the power of increase without the power of release because you can't put into your coffers what is already overflowing with baggage from yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So true that. Y'all heard it first. You know what I'm saying? Steph-Jae, tune in every Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. We appreciate you so much. Steph, go ahead on and tell them how they can get in contact with you. And don't forget, Steph is very modest, y'all, but she's got it going on. If you guys need some hot clothes for the club, Steph, please, come on now. Come on. Turn up.
You know what? Actually, real quick, 2 seconds. I am getting ready to, I wanted to announce that I'm getting ready to sell my boutique, Impulse 911. It is very successful. I don't have the time for it. Hit me up if you're interested in buying it. It comes along with a lot of other gimmicks to go with it. So inbox me, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. However, contact me if you're interested in buying Impulse 911.
Okay, so it's up for sale. Oh,
It's
Lord.
up for sale right now.
All y'all
As of this
ballers out
morning.
there, all the ballers, calling all ballers,
All ballers.
You know what I'm saying? Cash. Is this a cash only sale? I'm just messing
Cash
with you.
only. Cash only. We won't do no credit.
Hey, y'all don't know, but she turns up a whole lot more. She being modest right now because it's Monday. It's early. We got to move your show to a Friday, for real. I mean,
Yeah, we got to. I'm still trying to get it together. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. No, but we want everybody to know that, listen, Steph-Jae is here for you. So if you need job tips, relationship advice, if you need advice on career as far as your marketing and your promotions, if you just need advice for your entrepreneurial grind, whatever you do, follow the information that she has given on her Facebook page. Give them that Facebook and that Twitter one more time.
Facebook is www.facebook.com/The Steph-Jae Show. The Twitter is www.twitter.com/StephJade.
All right, Steph, hold on. That's a wrap, everybody. This has been The Steph-Jae Show. See you guys on Monday.
Just when you thought that me, you can hold back. Fresh out the hood trap, 0.5 to 20. Purple got me smelling like Pepe Le Pew. I'm off in the club, got my CDs too. I'm crying in the A, send music around the world. Everybody in the A, hot team anyway. But did you tell you the news? Malachi organized, no, it made this tune. It's that new generation Dungeon family. Yeah.